Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we begin this program. Lord, we ask that you would bless every person who has gathered here today, and that you would be present with us in a special way. We pray that this program would be a time of learning, growth, and fellowship for all of us. Help us to listen to one another with open hearts and open minds, and to support one another as we strive to serve you in all that we do. Please give us the strength and the courage to follow your will and to use the gifts and talents you have given us to make a positive difference in the world. We pray all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Hello, everyone! Maayong hapon! I hope you all are safe and healthy. And thank you for finding time to join us in today's first of the many refresher training courses brought to you by Arc One Solutions Inc. Because here in Arc One, we've always got you covered. And I would like to acknowledge our participants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Daghan kaayong salamat. And again, I welcome you to SAP Business One Basic SQL and Crystal Report Training course with bonus session on Doclink by Altec. So just an overview about Doclink. It is a document management and process automation solution. So this will be explained later on this event. So before we start, let me run through our webinar protocol. Please introduce yourselves in the chat box. Please type in your name and what company are you from. And for better listening experience, please keep your microphones on mute to eliminate the background noise. And if you have any questions, please message Glenn Mujeres for Vismin customers, Miss Marife for Luzon customers, and we will try to answer everything by the end of this session during our exclusive live Q&A. And please keep your commentary positive and optimistic in the chat box. To set the mood, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Erwin Padrique, the CEO of Arc One Solutions Inc., as he shares his perspective and officially open our event.
Daghang salamat, Sheila, for this very kind introduction. Wow, puno na usob kami, no? Daghang salamat sa among mga friends, among mga customers who are actually present in this event. Salamat to your management, salamat to your bosses for allowing you to attend this event. Maayong adlaw and good afternoon, everyone. We hope not to disappoint you in the next 2 hours because we have prepared interesting topics for you. Una, who among us here have received requests for a revision of an existing crystal report? Be, let me see. Let me see those hands. Okay. Or probably have been requested to more or less create a simple report. Meron ba? Let me see that hands again. Uy, ang dami, no? So, not to worry anymore because our topic for today will help you appreciate the design and creation of reports through the basics of SQL and Crystal Report as a tool. We will run briefly about the considerations and conclude it with a demonstration. And this would be facilitated and discussed by ARC1's lead developer. Second, you will hear later that all documents are the same or actually can be treated the same regardless of its kind, no? Kasi a document is a document is a document simply because it's a document. So, what do I mean by that? To tell us more about it, just like what Fila mentioned, we have invited our technology partner, Altec, the leader in this practice, who would be sharing about the power of automation through optical character recognition and artificial intelligence or AI. And you know what? This is exciting. So, without further delay, I will hand over the floor again to Fila to help us with the next steps. Balik imo ha, Fila.
Oh, you're learning Visaya, sir, ha? So thank you, Sir Erwin. And together with SAP and Doclink, we'll be helping businesses across the country become stronger and more successful. So for today's agenda, we will be focusing on SAP Business One, where you will learn the basics of SQL queries, understanding the database structure, and explore Crystal Reports functionality and discover how to design and customize Crystal reports and seamlessly integrate them with SAP Business One. Plus, a bonus session on DocLink to uncover intelligent business process automation to enhance the value of your SAP Business One and beyond. So, together, let's expand our knowledge and optimize business processes. To start off, our first speaker is one of Arc One's champions. She is an SAP Business One development consultant with 5 years in the IT consulting industry and has helped more than 70 companies from different industries to drive growth and success. So let us all welcome Miss Regine Silmaro. Let's give her a warm of applause. Hi, Rod.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, thank you for joining us today. My name is Raj, and I will be one of your presenters for this session. So, I'll just share my screen. Okay. So, nakikita na po ba yung screen ko? Anyone?
Not yet.
Regine, I have not yet, Rod.
Okay. There. How about ngayon?
Yes.
Okay na?
Topic
Okay.
overview na slide.
Yes, yes, okay.
Okay.
So, okay. So, throughout this presentation, we will provide you with an overview of structured query language, its query syntax, comparison operators, aliases, joins, views, and their practical applications in the context of SAP Business One and Crystal Reports. So, yung goal natin today, or namin today, is to give you the basic knowledge na necessary para magamit natin itong mga technologies sa inyong reporting endeavors. And then, during the course of this presentation, gagawa tayo ng basic sales quotation report in a type of a layout. So, the report will present key informations including the document number, customer name, posting date, item code, item description, quantity, price, total tax, and total amount. So in today's data-driven world, the ability to efficiently handle and extract valuable insights from vast amounts of data is crucial for success. So, dyan na papasok yung structured query language or SQL. It empowers us to navigate and communicate with databases. So, using SQL, we can effortlessly retrieve, update, and transform data with just few lines of code. SQL data types are predefined categories or classifications. They determine or define kung ano yung type of data na pwede nating i-store sa columns or sa variables. So we have here our few examples of data types. First, we have the character types. They are used to store textual data such as names, addresses, or descriptions. Examples are ncar and nvarchar. So ncar always occupies a defined length while yung nvarchar naman can hold varying number of characters. Next we have is the numeric types. So numeric types are used to store numeric values such as integers and floating point numbers. Examples are integer and decimal. So yung integer can store whole numbers while yung decimal naman is used to store decimal numbers with precise decimal places. And next we have the date and time types. They are used to store dates, times, or both. For example, yung date, it is used to store dates without time information, while yung date time naman is used to store both date and time information. Pero bakit nga ba dapat may basic knowledge tayo about data types? This is because this attribute determines kung ano yung range of values na pwede natin i-assign sa isang data and the operations na pwede nating i-perform on those data. The next is the structure of an SQL query consists of several clauses na nag-work together to retrieve and manipulate data. So the most commonly used clauses includes select, from, join, where, and order by. So let's take a look sa example na nasa slide. The select clause is used to specify the columns na we want to retrieve from a table. And for our example, we selected the name and year column. But we can either select specific column names or use an asterisk to select all the columns. We can also specify calculation fields na nagda-display ng result ng isang mathematical operation. Next, we have the from clause. So the from clause specifies the table or tables from which we want to retrieve data. We can just simply provide the name of the table or use join statements to combine multiple tables based on a related column. So in our example, kinuha natin yung data natin from the artworks na table. And then combined sa artist na table using the common artist ID. And then we have the work clause, which allows us to filter rows based on a specific condition. So we can use comparison operators like yung equal, less than, greater than to define the conditions, and logical operators na and or to combine multiple conditions. So sa example natin, we specify na the query will just return only the records na ang title is not or does not contain the Mona Lisa. And lastly, we have the order by clause. This is used to sort the result set based on one or more columns. So, pwede natin i-specify if ascending order ba siya or descending order. So, sa example natin, we have specified na yung result set natin should be sorted by year. And since wala namang na-specify kung ascending ba siya or descending, yung gagamitin niya is yung default, which is ascending. Next, the comparison operators. So yung comparison operators, essential siya for querying and filtering data based on specific condition in SQL queries. So they allow us to compare values, ranges, patterns, and even check for the presence or absence of data. And SQL provides a variety of operators to perform this comparison. So the most we have here some of the most used ones. First, the equal operator. So this checks if two values are equal and it is used to match exact values. Next, we have the not equal to operator. It checks if two values are not equal. So if yung values are different, magre-return siya ng true. And we have here the greater than and less than operators. They are used to compare numerical or date-time values. They check if one value is greater than or less than the other. Then we have the greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So these operators are used to check if one value is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to the other value. So let's take a look at the example na nasa slide natin. The first query retrieves all employees whose age is equal to 30. While yung second query naman natin fetches all products with a price greater than 50. And lastly, yung third sample query natin, it selects all orders where na placed before January 1, 2022. So it is important to note that comparison operators can be combined with logical operators like and or to create more complex conditions in SQL queries. And by using the appropriate operator, we can control the outcome of our queries and obtain the desired result. So aliases are useful when it comes to providing temporary or alternative names for columns or tables in SQL queries. It is an alternate name assigned to a column or a table in an SQL query. So it allows us to refer to a column or a table using a different name, making our queries more concise and readable. So paano ba natin i-define ang alias? We can define table and common aliases using the as na keyword. However, yung as keyword is optional. We can just use a space to specify the alias. So let's look at our examples na nasa slide. In the first query, we assign the alias name to the column employee name and annual salary to the expression salary times 12. This way, we can refer to these columns using their aliases in the result set. Sa second sample query naman natin, we assign alias E to the employees table and D to the departments table. These aliases are used to specify the table names in the query, simplifying the syntax and improving the readability. And also, aliases help us avoid repetitive typing and making our queries more concise and understandable. And yung aliases, pwede din natin siya magamit sa other parts of the query. So, pwede natin siya magamit sa work clause and sa order by clause. So they provide a way to reference columns or expressions without using their original names. Next, joins are fundamental concept in SQL that allows us to retrieve data from two or more tables by establishing relationships between them. So they allow us to query and combine related data in a single result set. So when using joins, essential na we establish a proper relationships between tables based on common columns. So this ensures na accurate and meaningful yung result sets na makukuha natin. And there are several types of joins in SQL. So we have the inner join, left join, right join, and full join. Each type of join serves a different purpose and provides flexibility in how we combine data. An inner join returns only the rows that have matching values in both tables being joined. It combines records from both tables based on a specified column or columns that have matching values. So in our example, we join the OCRD and OINV tables from both sides using the common column card code. So yung result set would only include the matching records from both sides. This result set is presented using the Venn diagram in the slide. So yung left table natin is our first table, which is the OCRD. And then yung right table natin would be yung second table natin, which is the OINV. Tapos yung shaded portion naman natin sa Venn diagram represents the result set of our query. Next, the left join returns all records from left or first table and the match records from the right or second table. So if walang match, null value yung ire-return ng right table. So in our example query, we performed left join between OCRD and OINV tables. All records from the OCRD table would be included and matching records from the OINV table are joined. So if there's no match, null values would be returned. Yung right join naman is the opposite of the left join. If it returns all records from the right table, or in this example, yung right table natin is OINV, so i-return niya yung all records from OINV and then the match records from the left side or left table. So if walang match, null values yung i-return ni left table or ni OCRD. Next, we have the full join. So yung full join returns all records when there is a match in either the left or the right table. So it just basically combines the results of both left join and right join. So if there's no match, null values are returned for the unmatched sign. Next, views. So views are a powerful feature in SQL that allows us to create a virtual tables on this result of a query. It is a virtual table na derived from one or more tables or other views. So creating a view, we use a select statement and store or save it in the database. So views are not tables, hindi siya tables, but it behave like a table, allowing us to query the view as if regular table siya. So in our first example query, we create a view called employee view that selects employee name and department columns from the employees table. Only employees na having salary greater than 50,000 are included sa view natin. So once yung view is created, we can query the view just like any other table. So we can just use a select statement from the view. So, and then the result set will include the data that matches the view's query definition. But it is important to note na views don't store data themselves. They are just virtual representations of the data derived from the underlying tables. Therefore, pag merong mga changes na made to the underlying tables, automatically nagre-reflect siya sa views natin. So in order to create queries, we need to know how the SAP Business One database is structured. We need to know how to get the names of the SAP Business One tables and fields. So in SAP Business One database, meron tayong object and that object can span multiple tables. So for example, we have here a screenshot of a business partner master data. So this business partner master data object is held in multiple tables in the database, including na yung header table, which is the OCRD, and the related child tables such as the OCPR, TRD1, OSLP, and others. These child tables hold the data that you see on the various tabs of the business partner record. And then to note lang din, in SAP Business One, yung mga table names are just 4 characters long. So to develop a SQL query, we need to know the database table and the field name for selection. So when we open an object in SAP Business One, we can find out the table name for a field by enabling the system information feature from the view menu. Or we can just use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control Shift plus I. Then, i-hold natin yung mouse natin over a certain field in the object. Tapos, yung mga relevant na table information niya ay lalabas na sa status bar at the bottom left of the window. So, after that, meron na tayong table name and field name to enter in our SQL query. And then other information about the field is displayed rin, such as the maximum length of the field. So, in the slide, shown yung business partner master data na object. And then, meron tayong naka-highlight dito. So, it's parang, ano siya, behaves like naka-hover meaning naka-hover tayo sa name na field. So pag naka-hover tayo sa name field, makikita natin yung table or yung information dun sa status bar sa lower left sa screen natin. And then dito makikita natin yung table name, which is the OCRD, and then the field name, which is the card name. And then as we explore yung fields ng isang objects, we will find na there are some fields na walang table and field name na naka-display, including the unit price and calculated fields such as yung totals and taxes. So these fields are shown in the document concatenated with currency. So based on the screenshot sa slide, kung makikita natin yung tax has the currency and then the amount, and total and then yung unit price meron din siyang currency and then the amount. So pag ganito, wala siyang information na ma-display from system information. Kasi in the database, ang nasa-save is the amount only. Wala siyang currency symbol. But we can still use these fields sa query. We can get the database field name from the database tables reference. So, saan ba natin mahahanap si database tables reference? We can find the database tables reference file in the SAP Business One SDK help folder. So, yan, i-demo yan natin later on how to get the table names and the field names and how to saan ma-access itong refdb file from SAP Business One SDK. So in addition to field names from an object, marami ding informations na provide yung reference file. So yung description, type of field, maximum length, and so on. So now, we have a clear understanding on how to create queries and how to obtain the required table names and field names for our queries. Let's now try to create the view para sa sales quotation report natin mamaya. So, before we can create the query, check muna natin yung mga table names and field names ng sales quotation object. So, to do that, open natin yung SAP Business One natin. So, for this example, I'll just use the SBO demo AU na database. Yan, okay. So, login muna tayo sa SAP Business One natin. Okay. Okay. And then, since naglo-load pa yung SAP Business One natin, i-locate muna natin si refdb na file or yung database tables reference. So, to locate, punta tayo sa Windows, and then Program Files, tapos SAP, and then SAP Business One SDK, tapos Help, and then click refdb. So, ayan. Yan. So, kung hahanapin natin yung information about the fields, or like for example sa atin ngayon, sales quotation, type lang natin dito sa search si sales quotation and then enter. So ngayon, hanapin natin si sales quotation sa baba. Yan. Okay, eto. So, eto, and then let's just double click this one. And now, lalabas yung mga fields ni sales quotation table or ni OQUT table. So, ito yung table name for sales quotation. So, andito lahat yung mga fields na andon kay sales quotation table. So, meron na field name, description, type, and so on. Okay. Check natin yung SAP. Okay. Okay. Okay, naghang. Okay, let's try to reopen. And test muna natin. And then, yun. Okay. So, open natin ulit si SAP Business One. Okay. And then, credentials. Oh, okay, ayan, okay na. So, ngayon, since yung i-create natin na report is for sales quotation, open natin si sales quotation na object. And, okay. So now, check natin if naka-enable ba yung system information na feature. So punta tayo sa view and then click system information. Yan. So pag mag-hover na tayo sa isang field, dapat lalabas na yung details niya. Okay, so now naka-hover tayo sa customer field. Makikita natin sa lower left side ng ating screen, dun sa status bar, yung table name and the field name. So, eto, in-note lang natin to. In-note lang natin to. And then, check natin yung other fields na needed natin. Such as yung document, docnum. So, docnum. And then, posting date. Tapos, we also need the name. Card, so, that's card name. And then, yung tax and total. So, as we can see right now, walang information na displayed sa status bar about for the tax and total. So, yun yung hahanapin natin dun sa database tables reference. So, ngayon, naka-open na tayo sa sales quotation. Control F lang tayo to find. And then, let's find tax. Okay. So, dito tayo maghahanap sa description. And we see the total tax. So, yung field name ng total tax is si VAT sum. And then, check natin si total. Okay, find. Okay, so Dito si document total. So, ito yung gagamitin natin sa query natin. And its field name is doc total. Okay. So, next, we still need other fields. So, ito yung sa item number or item code, item description, quantity, and then price. So, si price, hindi din siya or wala din siyang information dun sa status bar. So, check ulit natin si database table reference. And then, if we notice, nasa isang matrix lang ito sila. So, meaning, same lang din sila ng table name. Pero, yan. So, open natin ulit si database table reference. Now, yung hahanapin naman natin is the sales quotation rows. So, sales quotation rows. Sales quotation rows. So, eto. Okay. So, eto na. Eto na yung database reference for sales quotation rows. So, yung table name niya is QUT1. And then, eto yung fields nakalist na nasa loob ng QUT1 database. And then, let's just find the price. So, eto yung price. And then, eto yung field name niya. Okay. So now, na-note na natin yung mga table names and field names ng datas na kailangan natin. So, pwede na tayong mag-create ng query. So, to create our query, i-open natin yung Microsoft SQL Server Management. So, yung database system na gagamitin natin is the Microsoft SQL Server. So, create lang tayo ng new query. So, click new query. And then, just make sure na yung workspace mo is naka-point sa ating SBO demo AU. Kasi doon tayo gagamit. Doon tayo kukuha ng data. So, SBO demo AU. So, itong area na to, ito yung workspace natin. Dito tayo magta-type ng ating query. So, ngayon, ika-copy and paste ko na lang yung pre-created na query ko. So, ito. So, for this query, isa-select natin yung doc entry, doc num, card name, doc date, doc total, VAT sum, item code, description, quantity, and price. And then, sa OQUT table tayo nag-retrieve na naka-join sa kanyang child table na QUT1. So, ang i-retrieve lang natin na data are those sales quotations na hindi canceled. And then, as you can see, gumawa din tayo ng aliases for some of the columns para mas descriptive siya pag gagamitin na natin siya or pag makikita na natin yung result set. So, let's execute this query. Yan. So, eto na yung result set niya. So, here, instead of cart name yung gagawin niyang column header, yung aliases na sinet natin. Okay. So ngayon, eto na yung query natin. Now, is-save na natin to as a view. So ito yung logic natin and dadagdagan na lang natin siya ng create view syntax dun sa pinaka ibabaw ng query. So create view tapos yung view name na gusto natin i-specify. So for this one, I'll just type SQ layout. And then don't forget the as. Yan. So eto na yung view na i-create natin and then let's execute. So ngayon, completed successfully na siya. Meaning, created na yung view natin. So double check lang natin. Let's try to query on our created view to ensure na functioning siya perfectly. So let's just select all from SQ layout and then execute. So ayan. Meron siyang result set. So great. Na-create na natin successfully yung view. Now next, we'll move on to the crystal reports. And let's explore yung functionalities niya. So crystal report is a widely used na reporting software that helps organizations analyze and present data from various data sources. It is a versatile reporting software that empowers users to create compelling reports, visualize data, and distribute information effectively. So here are the key features of Crystal reports. Crystal reports supports a wide range of data sources, including databases. It can connect to a popular database systems such as Microsoft SQL Server and SAP HANA. Also, Crystal Report offers a robust set of design tools to create visually appealing reports. User can add tables, charts, images, and text to build informative reports, and it also supports drag and drop functionality, making it easy to arrange and format elements. Next naman is it allows user to visualize data using charts and graphs. So these visual representations help users to understand the trends, patterns, and key insights from their data. And also, Crystal Reports enables users to add parameters and filters to their reports. So yung parameters, nag-aallow siya to customize the report data dynamically, while filters help in focusing on specific subsets of data. And then Crystal reports provide powerful formula language that allows users to perform calculations, create custom logic, and manipulate data within reports. So users can leverage a vast library of built-in functions or even create your own formula. And then lastly, Crystal reports allows us to export the reports to various formats such as PDF and Excel. So when preparing to create a custom report, there are two primary elements to consider. First is it is important to determine the report's content. This involves understanding the overall purpose of the report, identifying kung sino yung audience or sino yung gagamit ng report, deciding on what information should be included on the report, and envisioning kung ano yung desired na visual layout ng report. So adequate planning prior to the design phase can save us time and prevent errors. Secondly, it is recommended na we develop a paper prototype. So drawing a preliminary version of the report on a paper allows us a clear visualization of the design before implementing it digitally. So this step ensures na the design is well-defined and nag-a-align siya sa intended na objectives natin. So now that we have covered the overview and key features of Crystal reports and the report design concepts, it's time na to open the Crystal reports and then check out its features and functionalities. So as we launch the Crystal Reports application, una nating makikita is the start page, this one. So here, i-click lang natin yung blank report, meaning we'll create a new report na blank, walang laman, and walang template. So once we click the blank report, yung unang bubungad sa atin is the database expert. So, si database expert, dito natin isa-set yung connection natin to a data source. Pero for now, we'll just close it muna. And then, pwede natin siyang balikan later on. So first, now, let's go over the user interface ng Crystal report. So, merong 3 most commonly used na submenus in Crystal reports. First is the Field Explorer, this one. So, in this Explorer, dito natin makikita yung mga fields na pwede nating gamitin sa ating report. Hindi lang yung database fields yung makikita natin dito, but we can also create the formula fields, parameter fields, and other fields dito sa Explorer. And next, we have the design area. So, yung design area, dito tayo magda-design ng report, magka-customize kung meron tayong babaguhin sa design natin, dito natin siya gagawin. And then next is the preview. So, to enable the preview or para makita natin yung preview, just press F5. Yan. So, ito siya ang preview window. So, sa window na to, natin makikita yung mga result ng ating design in real time. So, including na yung data from the database. And also, yung report is divided into 5 report sections. First, we have the report header. So, yung information in this section appears at the top of the first page of the report. So, siya yung nasa pinaka-top ng ating report. And then, yung information naman na mag-a-appear dito sa ating page header na section is nasa top of each page siya ng report. So, made-display siya every top of each page. And then, for the detail section naman, dito commonly used, dito most commonly napaprocess yung data. So, it contains yung bulk of information na na-view natin sa report. And then, for the report footer, yung information na nag-appear sa section na to ay makikita sa bottom of the last page of the report. So, for example, if you want to insert our grand total or summary data, dito natin siya i-insert. And then next, we have the page footer. So, yung mga information na makikita sa section na to is mag-a-appear siya sa bottom of each page of the report. So, this is a good place to place your page numbers or running totals. So ngayon, we can start making our connection to our data source. So, to create a connection, punta tayo sa database. And then, database expert. So, yan. So, dito, we will create a new connection. And create new connection. So, double-click lang natin tong plus. And then, since yung database system natin is Microsoft SQL Server, yung gagamitin natin is si 𝐤𝐳𝐫𝐤𝐳𝐸. So, double-click lang natin to. And then, select the Microsoft 𝐤𝐳𝐫 provider for SQL Server. And then, next. So, dito, ilalagay natin yung server information natin, server credentials. So, you can ask your network admins para sa details na i-input natin dito. So, sa amin, we'll use SAPDev. And then, mostly, yung passwords is SA. So, sa amin is user ID is SA. And then sa amin is 𝐷𝐵 Tapos, input nyo yung password. So, pag hindi nag-match yung user ID or password, or pag hindi valid yung credentials nyo, walang list of database na lalabas dito. So, pag okay naman lahat, expectations will be lalabas yung list of database. Okay, DBEDM. DBEDM. Okay. So, since kanina connected tayo sa SBO Demo AU, doon natin sinave yung view natin. So, yun yung i-select natin. And then, click next. And then, finish. So, now, makikita natin na meron na tayong connection na created. And then, how to identify or like check na connected kayo to data source. Pag meron siyang something like plug na icon, meaning connected kayo sa connection na yan. So, right now, we are connected to SAP Dev server, and then we have the SBO Demo AU database. So, click lang natin sa SBO Demo AU, and then DBO. And then, since view yung create natin kanina, we'll find or hanapin natin yung view na created natin. So, just click plus. And then, yung SQ layout. So, this one. So, click mo siya or select mo siya and then click this button. So, yan. So, na-select na natin yung SQ layout natin. And then, click OK. So, check natin if nagre-reflect na ba or makikita na ba yung mga database fields natin doon sa Field Explorer. So, andito na siya. yung SQL layout, and then yung database fields natin. So, before we drag and drop the fields na gusto nating i-display, let's first filter yung data na natin. Since kasi layout type yung gagawin natin, it's for a specific sales quotation document. So, let's add a parameter. So, punta tayo sa Field Explorer and then right-click Parameter Fields. Then click New. And then name it as doc key at. Tapos, set the type to number. And then click OK. So, ngayon, meron na tayong parameter field, pero hindi pa siya ginagamit. So, to use this one to filter our records, punta tayo sa Report, then select Expert, and then Record. So, ngayon, since it's a layout and then yung doc entry yung i-check natin or i-filter natin. So, let's pick doc entry or select doc entry and then okay. Ngayon, isa-set natin na doc entry should equal to our parameter field, which is the doc key at. And then, okay. Okay. So now, meron na tayong parameter field. And then, let's drag and drop the fields na gusto nating i-display. But before that pala, mag-add tayo ng text box sa report natin as our report title. So, yan. Sabihin natin, sales quotation report. Yan. And then, customize natin, format natin para makita siya lahat. And then, ganyan. Para ma-center. Okay. So now, let's drag and drop some fields. So, unahin natin si customer name. So, lagay natin siya dito na side. Okay. And let's preview kung ano yung output niya. So, ngayon, pag mag-preview tayo, since meron na tayong na-apply na parameter, mag-a-ask siya ng input for the parameter. So, let's select one. Let's input one and then okay. So, ayan. Meron tayong customer name na Norm Thompson. So, format lang natin ulit yung report. Let's make this one bigger. And then bold. Tapos, yung customer name, lower. And then, say bigger, 12. And then make it bold. Tapos, let's the document number, and then the date. Okay. So, preview natin. So, ayan. Na-display na yung doc num and then yung date. So, now, yung date natin, it displays the date and the time. So, format, let's see, si date, let's display the date lang. So, format natin si date na mag-display only ng date. So, right-click on the field and then click Format Field. And then, we have a list of formats na pwede nating piliin. So, let's choose this one, MMDDYYY na format. And then, okay. And then, let's align the date to right. Okay. So, preview natin. So, ayan. Next, let's add the item code sa details natin. So, drag and drop. Yan. So, preview natin. So, ayan. Sa preview, makikita natin na magre-reflect na yung mga items na nasa quotation. So, i-check natin sa SAP Business One, si sales quotation na 1. So, si sales quotation na 1 has 5 items. So, kung titingnan natin sa report natin, meron din siyang 5 items. Okay, so, and then add natin si item description, and then quantity, and then price. So, review natin. So, ayan, nag-display na siya. So, format lang natin yung sa page header. Lagyan natin siya ng konting space. And then, yung mga column, alisin natin yung mga underline sa ating column header. So, yan. Then, preview. Okay. Tapos, let's add a line break between our header and details. So, punta tayo dito sa menu sa taas and then hanapin tong insert line. And then, click natin siya. Tapos, just draw dito sa bottom part of the page header. Okay. And then, check natin. So, ayan. Now, let's add our total tax and total amount. So, since ano na siya, it's more like of a summary of amounts. Sa report footer natin siya ilalagay. So, drag natin si total tax and then total amount. Yan. So, gawin natin siyang bold. And then preview. So, eto na siya. Yan. So, i-align lang natin siya sa price. And then, let's add another text object para lang sa identifier na this is the total tax. And then, identifier for the total amount. Okay. So, create and then total amount. Yan. So, okay. Drag lang ng konti. And then, preview. Okay. So, meron na tayong basic na sales quotation report. So, let's save this one. And then, save the report and save natin siya as SQ layout. New. Save. So, ayan, meron na tayong report in a layout type na na-create. So, next step would be importing our report sa SAP Business One. So, punta tayo sa SAP natin, SBO, open. Tapos, open natin si report and layout management. Tapos, click natin si import. And then, click next. So, ngayon, i-browse natin or yung report na na-save or nagawa natin. So, browse. And then SQ layout new. So yung report na ginawa natin is of layout type. So i-click natin si layout. And then click this button para ma-assign kung saang document siya i-assign. So hanapin natin si sales quotation. And then select items. Choose. And then click finish. So ngayon, wait lang natin and then close. So na-import na yung report na ginawa natin. So to check, open natin si sales quotation and then let's view one record. So maybe yung pinakauna. And then punta tayo sa file, tapos preview layouts. So andito na si SQ layout new and then click OK. So ilo-load na niya yung report. Okay. So ayan. So successfully na-create si SQ layout new. And then there's another way to import yung ating report. Just open lang natin balik yung Crystal report. So if na-install yung SAP Business One add-ins, pwede na nating i-import yung report directly dun sa ating Crystal Report application. So let's just click yung add-ins, click SAP Business One, tapos save. Yan. So wait lang natin siya. And then just like dun sa dialog dun sa SAP Business One application, meron siyang options if layout ba siya or report. So choose natin yung layout and then we can specify the name, SQ layout version 2. So hindi siya pwede mag-overwrite ng existing report doon sa SAP Business One. So and then find natin si sales quotation items. And then okay. Yan. So wait lang natin siyang ma-complete. Okay, so succeeded na. And then let's go back to SAP Business One and then check if andito ba yung na-import ba yung layout. So andito si SQ Layout V2. And then click OK. So check natin yung report. Yan, okay. So ayan na siya. And if you want to update the reports, punta lang tayo sa Report and Layout Manager. Tapos hanapin natin yung report na ating i-update. So for example, sales quotation. And then since it is layout, punta tayo sa sales quotation items. And then click natin yung layout or choose natin yung layout na gusto nating i-edit. And then click edit. So pag i-click mo si edit, magla-launch yung Crystal report and you can just update or make changes, modify your report. So if installed na yung add-ins sa Crystal report application mo, you can just directly save. So automatically ma-update na yung report mo doon sa SAP Business One. But if wala ka namang add-ins na na-install, manually mo siyang isi-save yung modified na report mo and then i-import mo siya ulit sa SAP Business One. And then pwede namang ma-overwrite yung existing na report. Okay. Yon. Ayun. That's it for that's it for the basic SQL and Crystal reports. So back to you, Fila.
Okay, thank you so much, Raj. So I'm sure that after this session and knowledge shared, all of you or all our participants will have an actual exercise on this, right? So before we will move on to our next speaker, we will have first a mini game. So it is called Four Picks, One Word. So are you ready? So here's the mechanics. Each slide displays four pictures linked by one word. And the player's aim is to work out what the word is from a set of letters given below the pictures. So please chat your answers in the chat box. The first to chat wins. So are you ready? Can you send thumbs up? Okay, so I saw everyone thumbs upping. So there will be 5 winners of 250 peso GCash. Okay, so let's start. What's the first word? Okay, in the upper left, I can see a gift. Oh, I think may nanalo na. Who's the first one?
Our first winner is RC Spruce, or RC from Spruce.
Okay, the correct answer is present. Congratulations, Sir RC or Ma'am RC. For the next word, okay, I can see, um, I can't say it. Sorry.
May
Okay,
nanalo na.
may nanalo na. Okay, who's the winner? Ma'am Wins? Dapat
The
correct
first,
spelling pala ha.
yeah, so you can
Correct
show
answer
na
is
yung answer. The correct answer is balan. So ang first po
Balan.
is si IT guest. So can you please type in your name and your company po so that we can recognize you.
Yeah,
Ayan, may thumbs up. Yan. Thumbs up
may
and
thumbs up.
hearts sa,
On to
sa
the
winner.
yes, on to the third word. Oh, on the first upper left, I can see a lock. And the next naman, I can see an investigator. Can you guess? Okay, what's the correct answer? It's
Can see different answers dito ngayon. Ah. So may security, may surveillance. And the correct answer is private. And our winner
oh,
is Phoebe.
uh,
Congratulations, Phoebe.
congratulations. On to the fourth word. Okay, I can see children experimenting. Okay, so can we now move on? What's the correct answer?
Yes, Phil.
It's science. Who got it right?
And our winner for this one is RD. Congratulations, RD.
Congrats. Okay, on to our last photo or word. I can see a car, a bicycle, a helicopter. Okay, what's the correct answer? Okay, it's vehicle. Who's the winner, Mom Wins?
Our winner is Azinet Pino.
Okay, so congratulations to all the winners. Please send me an email of your GCash number because right after this session, I'll be forwarding all the prizes. So congratulations again. So later on, please don't go yet because we will have a raffle. So let's move on. Please help me welcome Altec Sales Director for Asia Pacific, who brings over 20 years of experience in workflow automation and enterprise content management. So, as a customer-centric professional with expertise in sales, consulting services, project management, and training, she has excelled as a subject matter expert speaker. Her proficiency lies in equipping organizations with cutting edge tools and knowledge to successfully re engineer business processes, leading to increased efficiency and cost reduction. So, we are delighted to have Miss Laura Lichen with us today, showcasing her remarkable capabilities in driving organizational success. So, hi, Miss Laura.
Hello, Fila. Hello, everyone. Hello from California.
Hi.
Thank you for having me join today. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. If we can confirm that you can see me. Are we good?
Yes, I can see you.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much, everyone, for the opportunity. It's a great pleasure to able to share with you how we can help you extend the value of your SAP B1 with artificial intelligence technology to help streamline and automate your business process. But before we do that, I want to ask yourself, does your current system of how you store your documents and information, is it taking a lot of touching and moving and manually filing documents away? Or what about, are your approval process, is it inefficient? Is it too manual? And then finally are you spending a lot of time doing a data entry? If you answer yes to any of those questions, well, guess what? You have document management issue, okay? But in addition to document management issue is in today's world, a new norm is, we're a hybrid workforce. We're working from home, we're on the road, a couple of days in the office. And then we have documents and information that are coming in from the outside, from your customers, from your vendors. We have documents and information that's being generated internally within the organization that need to get out to different people to process and manage and so forth. So today's world it's not just a document management problem anymore. It's really a information flow problem. Okay, so what we're going to do today is talk about some of those issues. And as into the information flow problem, a lot of you are accounting, related to accounting team. And so you may experience issues in your accounting department, especially AP automation. We hear that all the time. I have a problem with processing of my vendor invoices. But you know what? Other departments within your organization have problems of managing and processing of their documents as well. From purchasing department to receiving department to HR department, legal department, so on and so on. Like Sir Irwin said earlier, a document is a document is a document. The information in the document is different. The processing of the document is different, but it's still a document. So we're going to introduce you some tools. That's how it's going to help with, and not only in accounting, but company-wide. Earlier, I mentioned some three main issues. But there are many other business challenges that I bet that your organization are experiencing today as well. From getting your staff to conform with process, consistency of information, to the tasks you're doing today are too manual, right? Or how about the ability to access all documents associated with a particular project? Not just one document, but all the documents. Oh my goodness, and what about audits? Not able to find document that's being required from your auditors, or security issues, compliance issue for, security, for audits, disaster preparedness, and then also your company growth, right? It's a great problem, your company's growing, but now the challenge is is having enough headcount to accommodate the growth. So we're going to talk about that. So how are we going to help you folks extend the value of your SAP B1? Well, with SAP B1, we have integrated tools, partner that's integrated with, and so Doclink is one of the solution. Okay. Think of Doclink as electronic file cabinets where all your documents and information are going to store in. It's not in SAP B1, okay? Because we don't want document to be stored in SAP, because over time you're going to be storing more and more documents into the system, which then eventually will cause system performance issues. This is why SAP B1 and Altec were partnered together with integrated solution to help you to better manage your document, yet the document lives outside of SAP B1. So it's a electronic file cabinet, store all your documents and information. It's an SQL database, okay, that's going to be managed by. With Doclink, you're allowed to store any kind of document, not just accounting documents only, but company-wide, from documents within your legal department to HR department to receiving department, quality assurance department, does not matter. It also allows you to store documents in any format. So from Word file to Excel file to PowerPoint, I have engineering companies storing AutoCAD drawings in the system. I have, believe it or not, law enforcement storing videos of crime scenes in the system. So files in any format. Okay, so because there are many documents in many different format, we offer different methods of how we can capture your documents into the system, from scanning to OCR, which we're going to talk about today, to barcode methods and email captures and so forth. Okay, now many of our clients may have a need for just a place to store and access their documents.
Hi,
That
Miss
is
Laura.
document management.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Miss Laura,
yes.
are you sharing a slide or a presentation because we can't
Oh,
see it in our side?
oh gosh, yes, I've been sharing. I guess I have to reshare again. Thank you, thank you. Uh, okay, now can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Gosh, I have many. Okay, I apologize. So with
Can already see it.
Doclink, wonderful. So with Doclink, again, is a database outside of SQL, outside SAP B1, offering different methods of how you can capture documents and store it into the system, right? Some customer just need a solution to get rid of their file cabinets, get rid of offsite storage, and just get rid of all the papers, right? Able to search for documents. So that is Doclink's standalone system. Okay, but then some of our clients need have documents that needs to be routed around for review and approval and action to take upon. So that is the workflow components that we're going to talk about today as well, is the ability to route live working documents around for different people to review and act on. But the most important thing is the integration with SAP B1. So Doclink, we have out-of-the-box integration with B1. What does that mean? It means that Altec, we are integrated partner with SAP. When SAP come out with a new release, or when Altec come out with a new release, the two company works together to make sure everything's compatible. So when you upgrade your B1 or Doclink, you're not going to run into incompatibility issues. I bring this up because there are many solutions out there, and they will tell you, oh yes, we can integrate with your SAP B1, but unless they are an integrated partner with SAP, okay, it's not integrated at the code level. It's only at the surface level only. So that means that when you upgrade your B1 or that other system, the integration gets broken. So you as a customer will need to pay to redo that integration. Unfortunately, it's cost that you're not going to learn about until it's time to upgrade. By then, it's already too late. So just be cautious of that. Okay. So because you have a lot of your customers and vendor information in B1, we want to repurpose that data. So Doclink is going to be communicating with B1 in real time. Data will be pushing back and forth between the two applications. We're going to be pushing data to B1. We're going to be pulling data from B1 as well. Okay. But at the end of the day is the ability to access documents. So for the general staff, the non-accounting people, we want them to able to access documents at any time from any devices and anywhere. So they can access and search for documents through the Doclink web, through the Doclink mobile, or through the smart client logging into the software. But for the accounting folks, we want to make it easy for you, okay? Because you live and breathe in B1. So when you're in a transaction screen, or when you're in a purchase order screen or a sales order screen, and you want to view document, you are able to view document directly from B1, okay? And I'll show you that in a moment. Another very popular tool of Doclink is an automated delivery tools, because you folks generate a lot of documents in-house from SAP B1 and from other software application as well. And these documents that you generate need to get out to vendors and customers and so forth. Well, we have an automated delivery tool. They can automatically send out those documents along with the supplemental documents. And I'll talk about that in a moment as well. Okay. So I'm going to give you some use cases, popular use cases, but while I'm doing this, I want to introduce you some tools. Just remember, these tools can be used for any document, not just what I'm showing you on the screen. Just think about in your organization. Well, Laura's talking about workflow. Where else can I use this workflow tool within my organization? Okay. So why most customers start with AP automation? One, because with Doclink, we have artificial intelligent OCR that helps for to automatically store documents into the system, to read data on the document so you don't have to do data entry. Okay. And then also is that the automated three-way matching ability. And I'm going to talk about that second. And then also configurable workflow as well. So we have the ability to monitor email and folders. So if your vendors email invoices to you, Doclink will grab it from the email automatically or from a folder, and then OCR will take over and OCR will read the data on the document. We use artificial intelligent OCR, so it's self-learning. There's no template that needs to be created. So notice on the right here, this is an example of an invoice. So OCR is going to go in and read all the data on the invoice. If it's a purchase order invoice, notice it's going to read down to the line item, the quantity, the description, the dollar amount as well. And it's going to bring all those data into the system. Okay, because why do we want the OCR to read these data? Is because now we have all this information. Later on, you're going to see we're going to push all that invoice data over to SAP B1 so that accounting, you don't have to sit there and do data entry. Okay. Now, another benefit to our OCR is we can read any document. So this example is vendor invoices, but most popular, we can read like packing slip for for auto receiving. We can read customer PO to auto create sales order as an example. It can read contracts and many other documents as well. Okay, so that's a little bit about our OCR. Now, so we store these documents into Doclink from not only like purchase order that you create in-house, it will automatically be captured and stored into Doclink because that's part of an integration with B1. But then when you get the goods and you do receiving, we suggest that you scan in and store your packing slip into the system. And then when the invoice comes in, they are all linked together. So with Doclink, we can do automated three-way matching where OCR will read the data on the invoice. Then it will do automated matching against the receiving doc and the PO in B1 in real time. Okay, it will do auto matching of PO and invoices and packing slip against B1. Okay. So that's part, if for those of you who don't have enough volume and you don't need OCR and you don't need automated matching, well, the benefit is you now have all those documents right in front of you so you can still do your manual matching that you're doing today, but you're dealing with document electronically instead of on paper. Now, so workflow takes over. And so with Doclink workflow, you can apply different business rules. Like, let's say you may have based on dollar amount, it goes to certain people. Maybe based on GL code or based on vendors or based on location, whatever your business rules are, we can create a workflow template to comply with your business process rules. And so workflow will route it automatically to the right people that's supposed to be processing and approving these documents. Okay. So now the question is, well, how does the approver know that they have documents that they need their action or approval? One of the very popular method is email notification. Notice in the email, we actually include the document in that email. So from any devices, anywhere, as long as you can access your email, you can see the document, and then directly from email, you can even click approve or deny directly from your email. You can even add notes too, why you approved it or why it's denied. And that's all logged in our workflow audit log. Okay. And so that's the very popular method. And then of course there's other method of approval from the mobile app to the web, going into the web as well. Finally, once the invoice been approved and everything matched, a simple click batch import. Doclink is going to push all the invoice data over to B1. Like I said, it could be done in a batch mode. There's nothing accounting you have to do. It's just part of our integration, okay? So it will push the invoice data over to B1. And then at any point in time, notice here, you want to view the document associated with this particular bill, for example, or invoice. You just click on the view document, and the system is going to open up Doclink and display all the documents associated with that particular transaction. So notice that you don't have to go into a Doclink, okay? And also is that you can view all document associated, not just the invoice or not just the purchase order, but all document. So you just highlight it and it opens up the documents for you. So that's a little bit on AP automation. Here's an example of a client, a telecommunication company. And like I said, they have, multiple locations throughout, the city. And one of the biggest challenge is always is delay in paying invoices because the delay in approval. So once they gone paperless and got Doclink, their processing time has reduced dramatically by 90%, taking down from 5 days to process an invoice to 1 day, okay? Because they previously pay an offsite company to store all their files, $18,000 a year, they no longer pay that fee because they store all their documents into Doclink right now. Okay. And because they are a public company, they get regular audits and their staff normally take weeks to find documents. Now the time to find document has reduced like by 85%. Huge ROI for this client. Okay. Other popular areas where Doclink is often being used, because I promise you is once you start going paperless and automate in one department or one area, other departments going to see how efficient you are, that they're going to want to go paperless as well. So other popular area is from sales order all the way down to AR invoicing. So for example, when we can actually monitor the email, when Mr. Customer email you their PO, Doclink will grab it from email. OCR will read the customer PO, okay, and then we'll match it against the quote, and then we can push all that customer PO data over to B1 to auto-generate the sales order. So for those of you a large organization that has to, create a lot of sales order, and you're today doing data entry, all that work can be reduced drastically. Okay. Other area within that same business unit, how we can help is, when you process orders and there's pick ticket and delivery ticket. Well, a lot of our clients want to automate that. They want to store it into the system to tie that to the order, but they don't want to have to store them one at a time. They don't want to have to do data entry. So in B1, when you create these documents, B1 can add a barcode. The barcode will probably represent an order number or project number, okay? So now when you fulfilled the order, when you delivered the goods or rendered the service, Mr. Customer signs it. Now you just batch scan them all in, and the system, Doclink, will recognize the barcode, know what order is for, and automatically store it away for you, okay? And if you don't want to, if you want to quickly get those signed delivery ticket into the system, you can use the Doclink mobile. Your driver's out in the field doing a service call. Once the order been signed, the technician can just pull off the Doclink mobile app and just take picture of the signed delivery ticket. Okay, and then workflow now notify AR to invoice. Okay, so here's another popular use case. A lot of time is when you send out an invoice to your customer. Sometimes the customers say, can you include the signed delivery ticket or the signed work order or the copy of the receipt because you're charging me for expenses, or copy the contract. Those are what we call supplemental documents, okay? Well, what happened is when you create the AR invoice, Doclink can capture a copy of the AR invoice automatically, store that into Doclink, your file cabinet, and link that to the order. At the same time, it goes and looks for those supplemental documents, attach it to the AR invoice, and then automatically email it out to your customer for you. So again, no more stamp, no more printing. AR, all you have to do is to create the AR invoice, and that's it. The system does the rest. Okay, so in that email, you will have the AR invoice, and you will have also, the supplemental documents. Very, very popular use case. Okay, and then another use case request is, well, can Doclink send out alerts to let us know when invoices are about to pass due or have passed due? The answer is yes. We can send out past due alerts. We can also send out past due notices to your client as well. So here's an example. Another client, quickly is, they pretty much is for the AR invoicing process. They now literally, from the time that the technician complete and the service, and within 5 minutes, AR department can send out the invoice because they capture copy of the signed service ticket on the road. Workflow notify AR. AR create the AR invoice, and the system automatically send out the AR invoice in that instant. Okay, so they used to, it literally takes them 5 days from the time that they get the signed work order to invoice to down to within 1 day. Other areas popular is contract management and HR. So really quickly is, we can, using our mobile app, we can actually capture documents. So me personally, I love this feature because for expense report, because my problem is I lose my receipt all the time. Okay. So when I'm on the road, I pull out my mobile device and I just capture receipts. Okay, it gets uploaded to LoRa receipt bucket in Doclink. And then when I'm ready, I log into Doclink and the system will create expense report with my receipt attached. and then workflow automatically routes it to my manager for approval, and then we push all that expense information over to the accounting system for reimbursement. We can create electronic forms, any kind of form. So here, example of HR job application form to timesheet form, vacation request form, expense report form, new vendor request form, any kind of electronic form. Okay. With the core system, we also include version control, check in, check out capability for document collaboration. Very, very popular. Okay, very easy to use. So I can, like I said, store documents into the system. My manager can check it out, work on it, and when he's done, he checks it back in. The system will create different versions and keeps history of all the versions for you. Okay. And also, finally, if you want to really go fully paperless, we can integrate with electronic signature as well. For example, DocuSign is very popular, but I know in each country there are certain electronic signature that's certified and approved by the government. So yes, we can integrate with electronic signature application as well. Okay. But one of the key strengths to Doclink is full text searching capability. I know this is not important in accounting, but just know that when you expand to other departments, think about like legal department, HR department, the ability to go in and do kind of like a Google search. Find me all the contract that has the word Altec and Art One. It will, in literally seconds, it will find document that has the word within the document itself. Okay, it can do Boolean search and or not. So very, very powerful. At the end of the day, folks, just know that Doclink is an enterprise document management system. It's fully expandable and very modular. You can start in one area within your organization, and then you can use that same system and expand it to all other departments and taking you paperless company-wide. And finally, another example, Freeman Nutra, a customer corporate office in Shanghai, but they have offices throughout the world. And one of the biggest challenges is getting approval of invoices to pay on time because all of those locations, right? And so, so that's one challenge. The second challenge is they send out a lot of invoices because they're in the food industry. And when they send out invoices, depending on the product and depending on the customer, they want specific documents attached to the AR invoice. Some wants the quality, the inspection documents, other wants receipt or contract and so forth. So they use Doclink for not only AP, but also for AR automation as well. And then that's phase one. Phase two, when they expand, they're going to be adding contract management and also expense report. But here's some other clients, ProSafe in Singapore, and they're actually worldwide, actually in the rig industry, to pharmaceutical, to you all probably know Los Angeles Rams sport, sport organization, to Hershey ice cream, right? Also government use our system a lot. You are familiar with the Republican National Committee. That's actually my client. So just know that it doesn't matter what industry you're in, because a document is a document is a document. With using, with SAP B1 and Doclink, we can help your organization go paperless and pretty much automate. Okay, so like I said, is a challenge, a challenge for all of you who are on the call today is that, who is ready to, to take on the digital transformation journey by automating your business process and go green, taking advantage of the tool that you have with SAP B1. So back to you, Fila. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Laura, for that very informative presentation. So I'm sure that businesses are leaning towards paperless and digital transformation. On to the next. Please answer this quick survey form. flashed on your screen. So please scan it using your camera phones and you will be redirected to a form. By answering, you will get one entry and your name will be included in the Wheel of Fortune, and that's for our raffle draw. So worry not, because we will also be sending the link in the chat box. So can you see now the link here in our chat box? So I bet you can already see it. So now let's move on to Q&A. I'd like to call our panelists for today. I'd like to call on Ms. Regine Silmaro, our SAP Business One Development Consultant, and Mr. Santiago Aluran, also our SAP Business One Development Consultant from Luzon, and Ms. Laura Leachin, the Altec Sales Director for Asia Pacific, and Mr. Glenn Mujeres, the Vismin Account Manager, and Ms. Marife Crucero from Luzon Account Manager. So the floor is now open for your questions. So let me ask, may mga nag-ask na rin sa sa chat box. Okay. Let me start off na lang dito sa pinakaunahan ha. I think this is for Doclink or Altec. Is it compatible to e-signature model? Miss
So
Laura, you
for
can answer.
there, yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So we have out-the-box integration with DigiSign and DocuSign signature. Okay, we have tools that allow us to integrate with other electronic signature as well. So if it's not on the list of our integration documents, we have the tools that we can activate the integration. Yes.
Okay, on to the next. Wait. How is the security of the files for this Doclink by Altec? From Miss Princess Kabahog.
Doclink is integrated with Active Directory security. We have over 18 different security permission. Security is tied down to not only at the document level, but at the property field level. For example, let's say that Fila, we want to give her access to Altec invoices, only invoices. We don't want her to have access to other vendor invoices. We don't want her to have access to the purchase order from Altec or anything else, just the invoices only. And then also is, what can she do in the system? Can she search? Can she edit? Can she approve? Can she delete? Can she email? Can she print? It's controlling the security down by the keystroke. So because our security is very granular, many of our customers use the system in HR department because, as you can imagine, the security that's required for HR files. So security is very tight and very granular.
Okay. Another question from Mr. Patrick Erojo from QM Builder. So how about the price for Doclink?
So the pricing model of Doclink could be perpetual. It also available subscription as well. Perpetual means you purchase it outright and you own it. The only recurring cost is annual maintenance support. Subscriptions, kind of like a lease of the software and you pay as you go. Our user licenses are concurrent. So in other words, let's say you have 200 employees. You do not need to buy 200 licenses. They're shared licenses. And so because our system is designed to in many business use and in many departments, for pricing wise, we will need to have a call with you to understand what area of the business that you're having challenges is, what are your requirements, and then we can Art1 will help put together a cost estimate for you. I hope I answered your question.
Okay. Another question from Mr. Gerald Abing. So I don't know, just for the benefit of everyone, can someone from development consultant team to answer how do we
How do we write the query for pop-up data selection criteria when opening the query?
Saan yan? Ano ulit yun?
How do we
Base.
write the query for pop-up data selection criteria when opening the query?
Nasagot na yan sa chat eh.
Yeah.
Actually,
Just for
kailangan lang ng
everyone, for the benefit na lang of everyone to hear the answer, maybe they can read it already na.
Yeah, paulit na lang sa answer, JR, please. Salamat.
yung answer kasi is query. So, if babanggitin ko siya, query din yung isasagot ko. So, ayan, you can try this, itong query na to. Lalagay ko na lang siya sa chat.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, another question. Wait. Jimmy. May another question pa ba tayo? Is it wait. Does Doclink have an auto redacting feature? Say like hiding some information on the documents?
So Doclink does have a redaction feature allowing you to block off certain confidential information. It is not automated because information on different places on a page. Okay, but however, we have the ability to create a template so that, let's say you have the same form all the time and you always want to redact the same place all the time. When you have that documents coming in, you can load the template and it will automatically place the redaction for you.
Okay, so I think we have another a follow-up question regarding for Doclink. From Miss Princess Cabahog, does it have a backup?
Backup, well, so Doclink can deploy in different method. It could be deploy on your server, right? If it's on your server, it's going to be up to your IT, to do the backup because that's part of your IT function. If it's on, Doclink can be deployed on private cloud environment as well. So if you're using a private cloud company, or if your ARC1, recommend you to a cloud company, it's the cloud company responsibility to do the backup.
Okay, noted on that. Another follow-up question by Mr. Patrick. Does Doclink can identify previous versions of a document, like a revision of documents?
Can it recognize, well, I'm not clear of the question, but Doclink itself, or version control, keep track of the different version of the document. So based on your security permission, can you see only the final version or all the versions of the documents? Hopefully that answers your question.
Okay. From Miss 𝐤𝐳𝐵, in regards to SQL query, how to create a form validation from SAP B1? Rogine or JR can answer.
In regards to how to create a form validation from SAP Business One, like the name should have 2 or more characters before it adds. What do you mean by before it adds? JR, nagets mo yung question?
I think notification siya, transaction notification siya or blocker.
Okay. So before ma-add yung document.
Yep.
Okay. So
Kaso hindi nila na-specify kung ano yung name na yon. Ano ba siya? Business partner master data ba siya? Or yung plugin customer name ba o vendor name po ba siya?
Okay. So, pwede siyang ma-createan ng transaction notification and then mag-specify lang na yung field na yon should only have 2 characters. So, meron tayong um, query for that. So, ang gagamitin na comparison operator is like, L-I-K-E, and tapos specify tayo ng pattern na only 2 characters. Yung name.
Mm.
Yun. So, chat na lang kami ng sample query
Yes.
condition.
Okay, noted on that. So another question. So is the SQL script with MS SQL version the same with the SAP Business One HANA version?
No.
No, hindi siya same yung script kasi iba yung syntax for SAP HANA SQL and iba din yung syntax for Microsoft SQL. So for HANA SQL, meron siyang requirements that na kailangan mong gawin. Kasi for Microsoft SQL, hindi siya case sensitive. So pwede kang
Mm.
mag-type lang regardless kung naka-capital ba siya or not. But in SAP HANA, case sensitive siya. So pag capital, capital talaga, and small, small. So yung field names and yung tables, kailangan mong i-enclose ng double quotation. And then some functions naman na available sa Microsoft SQL are not available in HANA sa HANA SQL. So meron lang siyang equivalent na mga functions. So
Oh,
yun po.
okay, thank you, Raj. So another question. For example, we are a manufacturing company. Can we link another system to SAP, like a system providing report from our machine? So Raj or JR. So since SAP can integrate another application or solution.
I think yes, but kailangan nyo rin ng API side by para sa both side, SAP at saka yung yung third nyo, yung isa nyo pong application. So, parang gagawa rin po kayo ng middleware para mag-usap yung dalawang application, which is yung SAP, then yung sinasabi nyo pong SCADA. So, possible pa rin po.
Okay, thank you, JR. So from Mr. or Miss Hermie, how to block AR invoice not equal to approve sales order item description.
This one is gagawan po siya ng TN but hindi po siya basic na TN, transaction notification, since we'll check the sales order and then the AR invoice. So, yun po. So, if meron po kayong ganang currently issue or blocker nyo yan right now, I think you can raise a support ticket so we could check.
Okay, so please raise a ticket to our support email na lang. So another question from LTH. How do we have to add a parameter if report type yung crystal na gagawin instead of layout type?
Okay. Regardless if it's a report type or layout type, same pa rin. If you want to add a parameter, punta ka lang dun sa Field Explorer and then right-click sa parameter, fields, and create new. So, same process lang.
From Miss Christina Marzo, what is API? Rod?
Okay. So, API, ano po siya? It's a term, actually, and then it stands for Application Programming Interface. So, isa po siyang like software na need natin to bridge one software to another software application. So siya po yung, say for example, middleman para magka-communicate yung sides natin.
Dalawang software.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So any more questions from our lovely attendees? So from Anjo World, in regards on the integration, can we integrate the data not manually inputted by one, but make it whole data in one go?
Actually puwede rin po siyang gamitan ng, DTW o data ano nga ulit ibig sabihin ng DTW, Rog?
Data transfer
Workbench.
Ayun, data transfer
Pero
workbench. If we
yeah. Depends ano po yung
ano ba yung data?
i-integrate na data. And then you mean ano po yung meaning ng one by one? Like one document then one document? Or one whole data, make it whole data in one go? Medyo pa-explain lang.
Ah, parang tama parang batching ba 'yan? We have data from
There's an
our
example. We have
Okay.
a data from our
Yan nga.
POS that we need to integrate to SAP Business One by batching.
Okay. So, pwede na, like, for example, meron kayong data for the day, and then we can integrate all those data by the end of the day or yung closing new, and then post is as batch para silang lahat na po. Ganyan po ba yung ano? What you mean? Yes. So yes po,
I
pwede
think
siya i-integrate
I think yung
by
sasabi
batch.
niya is hindi siya ano, real time, 'no? So, by
Yeah.
batching siya. If ever na gano'n puwede natin pong sundan yung template ni SAP to upload yung mga data from POS niyo po. So, dapat po i-map niyo yung data from POS to template ng SAP po. 'Yun using pa rin ng DTW po.
Okay. So another follow-up question from Princess Kabahug. How to retrieve the uninstalled Crystal report? Reinstallation requires license.
RV.
If meron kayong installer, I think no need for the license because the installation of SAP Crystal Report does not require license. The license itself when you purchase it from SAP. So it's an AOM software.
Okay. So from Miss Diana Cayetano, can we add a company logo in Crystal report for ER invoice?
Yes. You
Yes
can.
po.
We can add images sa Crystal report.
Okay.
So,
So-
punta lang tayo sa insert and then picture dun sa Crystal report.
Okay. So any more questions from our guests, from our attendees? So if there's none, can I ask na lang siguro parting words from our panelists and speakers before we will end the Q&A program? We'll start off by Regine, JR, Miss Laura, and Mr. Glenn and Miss Marife.
Parting words. So, Hi everyone. So thank you for joining us today and have a good day.
JR.
Ayun, maraming maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga umattend ngayong araw na 'to at pagpalain tayo ng lahat ng Diyos. Yan.
Miss
Pray
Laura.
Tagalog.
Miss Laura.
Yes, thank you everyone for the opportunity. I hope to able to be with all of you in person one of these days. But looking forward to working with you and the yeah, our one team and going out and talking about how we can help you folks, automate and go paperless. Save the tree. Go green.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Glenn and Miss Marifa.
Yes, maayong hapon sa tanan. Thank you sa pag-join sa amuang event. I hope you captured something and learned new, no? So daghang salamat. Thank you.
Yeah. Very much, partners. We appreciate you being with us today. I hope that we all learn something that will help improve our skills in SQL and a better way to manage our data with the help of Doclink. So as Laura has just shown us, Doclink seamless integration with SAP Business One will help us simplify and automate the paper-based process sa ating mga organization. So again, thank you very much, dear partners. And if you do have questions that you would like to raise, please feel free to email us anytime. We'll be happy to assist you. See you all
Okay.
again.
Thank you to all our panelists for today. But before we will proceed to the raffle, may I request everyone to have a pictorial first. So please, would like to request to open your cameras. To all our attendees also.
Alam mo, oo, mani siguro sila.
Asa din?
Yeah.
Asa
Eh, Sige, pictures ata pa-open lang sa camera. Salamat.
Are we ready? Large gallery. Okay. Please smile. In 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Again, can we post like this? 1. Like 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Thank you so much. So now I think this is the most awaited event. This is the most awaited part na the raffle draw. May I call on Miss Windell Hernandez for the Wheel of Fortune? So again, there will be 5 winners of 500 peso GCash. Take it away, Miss Windell.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yeah, may music to, Ma'am Win.
Wala pa. Ayan. Sige. Let's have our raffle for our first winner. Frederick Ian Panabang. Congratulations, Frederick.
Congrats.
Thank you for joining us today. We still have 4 winners. 5, right? Our next winner is Bernadette Julian. Congratulations, Bernadette. How many more, Fila?
3 more.
Okay, 3 more. Congratulations, Sir John Paul Takiang.
Our third winner, Sir John Paul. For our fourth winner,
Yana. Dito po ba sila? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And
And the
for
last.
our last, ready na po ba? Okay. Our last winner. Florante Mantes. Congratulations, Sir Florante. Again, and that's it. Congratulations to our winners. And again, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Grabe, we reached 154 participants. We hope that this session will really help you leverage the full potential of your SAP B1 and even extend its value through intelligent business process automation and Doclink. We really appreciate your time and we hope to see you again on our next sessions. Thank you very much. Daghang salamat, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to all the winners, and thank you to all our speakers. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining today's refresher training session. See you on to the next. So this has been Phila, your host for today, saying goodbye.